Welcome to New Sky TV, Explosive. Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng photographed holding hands in public, sparking a frenzy online for a remarriage. The truth slaps everyone in the face. Do you believe a broken mirror can truly be mended, or is it that some feelings in this world have already transcended love itself? When that photo of their intertwined fingers exploded across the internet on a cold January night in 2026, whose fingertips didn't pause for 3 seconds on the screen, whose heart skipped a beat? At that moment, Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng, sitting on the parents' table, seemed to be drawn together by some invisible force, their hands quietly and tightly clasped together. Did you see it? Someone at the scene captured this moment. Feng Shaofeng's eyes were slyly red, and a hint of undisguised emotion flashed across Zhao Liying's profile. Isn't this the most honest body language of love? Within hours, the hashtag Zhao Liying and Feng Shaofeng remarry dominated the trending topics, with tens of thousands of comments flooding the comments section every minute. They still love each other after all. Give the child a complete family, but have you ever considered that love might not be the kind of love you think it is? Rewind to April 28, 2021, when the two calmly concluded with 28 words, "Due to work commitments and long periods of separation, we have chosen to peacefully separate and will co-parent our son in the future." No dramatic public feuds, no protracted wrangling, clean as a sharp scalpel. Don't you think this perfect breakup is even more unsettling? How many people scoffed at the time? Co-parenting. In the entertainment industry, a veritable melting pot, how many once-loving couples can't even celebrate their child's birthday together? How could they do it? Yet, these two, through 5 years of silence and action, have etched the word parent into every little detail of their lives. Can you guess how they did it? They created a dedicated parenting communication group, where their son Zhang's entire schedule was synchronized, from vaccination dates to parent-teacher meeting seating arrangements, from extracurricular class attendance to a list of snacks to bring for spring outings. Everything was crystal clear, more meticulous than the project management of any listed company. Isn't this more impressive than any couple's sweet talk? Because Feng Shaofeng lived closer to the school, the daily task of picking him up and dropping him off mostly fell on his shoulders. Can you imagine a former Guting guy now appearing at the school gate on time every day, carrying his son's favorite yogurt? One late night in April 2025, Zhang suddenly developed a high fever of 40 degrees Celsius. Feng Shaofeng scooped up his child and rushed to the hospital, registering, paying fees, and coaxing the child to have blood tests done. He ran around all by himself. The man who shone brightly on the red carpet was now covered in his child's vomit on his white t-shirt. Do you think he looked pathetic? No, that was clearly the most radiant badge of fatherly love, wasn't it? A few hours later, Zhao Liying finished filming in another city, still wearing her makeup, and rushed to the hospital with her son's favorite dinosaur picture book. She took the sleeping child from Feng Shaofeng's arms, and the two exchanged a knowing look before he silently left. Wasn't this seamless relay of love more heart-wrenching than any romantic embrace in the rain in an idol drama? In September 2025, their son started first grade. On the first day of school, the couple was photographed together for the first time since their divorce. At the gate of an elementary school in Shanghai, Zhao Liying, dressed in white casual wear, knelt down to carefully straighten the wrinkles on her son's collar. Feng Shaofeng stood beside her, carrying a school bag, occasionally whispering to the child. In the photos taken by netizens, Zhang is seen holding his father's hand with his left hand and his mother's hand with his right, smiling and revealing 2 missing front teeth. Isn't that smile more convincing than any official announcement poster? Entering 2026, such appearances together became even more frequent. On February 13th, the two entered the same private kindergarten one after the other to pick up their child. On March 15th, they appeared together at the school gate again, Feng Shaofeng carrying his son out of the car, and Zhao Liying stepping aside to shield him from the car door. The movements were fluid and practiced, as if rehearsed 1,000 times. But did you notice a detail? Every time they were photographed, the same keyword appeared, son. They could both appear at their child's parent-teacher conferences, but never had a private meal together. They could tacitly exchange medical records in a hospital corridor, but were never photographed together late at night in any ambiguous manner. Isn't the sense of intimacy with boundaries, tacit understanding without going too far, the highest level of self-discipline for adults? In the 5 years since their divorce, the responses from both parties' studios to every remarriage rumor have been crisp and almost cold. False information, please do not overinterpret. Don't you find it strange? They could have easily gained a lot of attention through reconciliation, so why did they choose to extinguish the public's fantasies time and time again? For them, the truth is never about whether they still love each other, but rather what is the best way to love their child. Feng Shaofeng turned down nearly half of his public appearances to spend more time with his child. He specifically chose a location for his son's soccer lessons that was only a 5-minute walk from Zhao Liying's residence, so she could pick him up after work. Isn't this thoughtful consideration more touching than any street talk? Zhao Liying, in between filming, transformed into a storytelling mom, taking her child camping on Chongming Island and watching the sunrise in Liying. She once said in an interview, "I want him to know that on the nights when his mother isn't home, the stars are keeping him company in her place." Does this make your heart ache? Their son, Zhao, is 7 years old this year. Growing up in an environment enveloped in double the love, the child's sensitivity is heartbreaking. In April 2026, Zhao Liying shared a drawing her son had made on social media. The picture showed the outline of Shanghai and the Lupu Bridge, with a crookedly drawn dad and mom holding hands in the corner of the paper. Zhao Liying quickly deleted the painting because she never wanted her child to be overly exposed to the public eye, but hasn't that deleted image lingered in our hearts longer than any family portrait while the outside world was still celebrating a single hand-holding moment, imagining an 80-episode drama over a single photo? This former couple had already evolved their relationship into a highly efficient parenting partnership. Feelings may change, passion may fade, but when has their responsibility as parents ever wavered, even for a second? Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video. Thank you.